Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I know I throw you off every time I do that.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Change it up. Change it up every once in a while.
Well,
Let folks know.
A lot and we got it on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of
Don't do that.
Don't Do That.
Right here on 16 TVs.
Wicked Wednesday. Wicked
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yuppers. So, it is obviously made to be a wicked time now, especially with the Trump administration and how people have opened up so much to their racist antics. It's insane.
The cup of courage is flowing. It is flowing.
The animus is truly on its way, which is ill feeling, the racial animus, which is ill feeling hostility towards another group of people, whether it's race, ethnicity, nationality, you name it. If you're not white, you're not right, basically, in the eyes of people that have that racial animus.
I have a theory on that too.
So what's the theory, real quick?
I have a theory on this, and I want y'all to all put y'all tinfoil hat on with me.
Uh-oh.
They are trying to incite
a race war.
Everything that is going on, from the Sydney Sweeney thing with eugenics and Sydney Sweeney's got great genes, all of this stuff is to gaslight everyone into a certain reaction. The reaction from the Cincinnati brawl, the reaction from the guy at Walmart, the reaction from the girl at McDonald's, the reaction from the guy in Arkansas. All of this stuff is being swirled around in a pot, sprinkle some seasoning on it to get everybody to act a certain way, to feel some type of way, to be triggered. And it is also designed to try and take your mind off of the Epstein file.
Of course it is.
Take your mind off of it. Relax, guy.
Relax. So what do you got going on? What do you have going on?
I wore my basketball jersey. I wore my basketball jersey because my entire story today is dealing with a basketball player and basketball players and announcers. Yeah. Stephen A. Smith got involved with this whole thing with Gilbert Arenas, Agent Zero, as he's affectionately known. He has now, of course, segued into the world of social media. He is a podcaster with a very successful podcast, Gilbert's Arena, or Gil's Arena, right? And I mean, for those in the basketball world that might know, and people especially now, recently, in the last week or so, can really see the beef between Kwame Brown, which was another player that played on the Wizards. He played during the time that Michael Jordan was there. Kwame Brown also played for the Lakers. Okay. Now, the beef with Kwame Brown and Gilbert Arenas, I don't really know that much about it, other than Kwame Brown saying that Gilbert Arenas spoke on his family, and he was pissed off and irritated about that.
What the hell is up with you guys? I'm always trying to bring you don't know how to keep the beef between the two of y'all.
Let me go into my notes so I don't run over and just be ranting here. Okay. So it says Agent Zero. These are my notes. Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas. He is facing one count of making a false statement to a federal investigator. One count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, and one count of operating an illegal gambling business. This is a federal indictment, and I will quote Stephen A. Smith, even though this is common sense. This is no laughing matter.
It really isn't.
When the federales come for you, bro, this is no laughing matter. Okay. So his wife, social media influencer Melly Monaco, bailed him out on a $50,000 bond. And it is reported that he, of course, pled not guilty.
His bond is as much as a murderer's bond or a slasher of 11 people.
Yeah, because didn't we talk about Monday how old boy Gilly or that stabbed 11 people?
$50,000.
He got $100,000 bond.
Only $100,000 bond.
10% cash assured.
That's funny.
Okay, do the math.
All right.
All right. So he pled not guilty in court, and they say allegedly that this operation had chefs. They had security guards.
Armed security guards.
They had girls massaging shoulders and stuff. I mean, they say there was no sex going on, but I don't know, man. And this is what really makes it bad, because when I like people, as you know, I like him as a basketball player. I was a fan of the podcast. So I don't want to see any of this stuff be true, but you got some incriminating stuff going on, man. I actually saw a full-on picture of a poker table.
Oh, yeah.
Of a custom poker table that said Arenas Poker Club, and had an image of him from behind shooting the basketball with his number 0 jersey on. This is deliberate.
That right there is what made it official.
That's deliberate.
But then what about the real big issue that is...
Now here's the kicker. You ready for this one?
Because this is what could get him into some real trouble.
Here's the kicker. Now, in Kwame Brown's rant, Kwame Brown was saying, Shorty wanna be a thug. I thought that was hilarious, because if you somebody watching somebody that you don't like get in trouble, then you are gonna celebrate like this.
Especially when you find out the fact that mob members are involved.
He said, "Oh, you was playing poker with the what do you say? You was playing poker with the Israeli mob," because it says in my notes, Target, in my opinion, and who they said was involved, and this is from 2020. Was it 2020 to 2021, or was it 2021 to 2022? It was a minute ago. They had to. Years. They just not gathering all the information, but they said involved in all of this is a suspected high-level member of an Israeli transnational crime organization.
And that's probably why it took so long. And on top of it, Uncle Sam wasn't getting his cut.
Boom. That was my next point.
I feel like that's the main.
I wondered, I'm like, why can't you play poker in your own house with your own money?
I'll answer that.
That didn't make sense.
Because what he was actually doing was charging a rake fee. A rake fee is where you are charging people off of the house or whatnot. I'm not sure of the exact. Basically, you're coming into my home. You're paying me to play in my home. So it's almost as if that's not the exact wording of it, but basically you're charging people to come into your home as a business to play a high stakes poker game. And people that have money, you're going to be paying some decent amount of money to go into somebody's home where they're running a business,
and that particularly,
and therein lies the problem.
Yeah, that's
there's a lot of red tape.
They can't be taxed. They can't tax that money. And if they can't tax that money, there's a problem.
There's a lot of legality you have to go through to get an actual casino license. I went to go look it up because I know that an Indian.
But I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Here's the thing: if I'm a millionaire and all my friends is millionaires, and we get together, we playing on a larger playing field than regular people because we are millionaires.
Right.
Which is the same thing with this whole Glorilla thing. I'm gonna just cover that real quick. Glorilla is in trouble for drug trafficking because she's young and had a bunch of weed. She smokes.
But God forbid.
That's like if I bought a pound because I don't want to keep running to the dispensary.
Right.
I'm not selling. You dummy. But anyway, so the rake fee, because why would you get in trouble for playing in your own home? It's your business. Why should they even care? Probably because they can't get that money. Then it says zoning, because they're going to have, all kinds of excuses. Zoning,
because that's for the casino license.
But you ain't. But here's the thing: I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm not a casino. Me and my friends just rich and gambling
and paying a house fee.
But the house fee, yeah.
Well,
you got to come in. You got to put into the pot, man. You got to put into the pot.
No. You're putting into the pot when you make a bet. There's a house fee for you entering the house to play,
and that's the illegal part.
That is the illegal part. That is what it again. Maybe not exact word, but it's off the tape. It's something I can't remember how it was worded. Y'all use the Google fingers and you'll look up raking and you'll see exactly what he was doing.
See, I don't play that fantasy football or nothing like that, but don't they do something similar when
there's a license?
I mean,
there's a license involved or something. I don't know exactly how they do it, but but onto this is from The Independent by Alex Woodward. Color is neither a poison nor a crime. Judge rips Kristi Noem's racial animus in latest ruling protecting migrants. Now, a federal judge in California has temporarily blocked Donald Trump's administration from revoking deportation protections for tens of thousands of immigrants from Honduras, Nepal, and Nicaragua. A searing 37-page ruling argued that a decision by Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, to cancel those temporary humanitarian protections appeared partially rooted in racial and discriminatory animus, which is ill thoughts.
Now, who would have thought Kristi Noem would do something like that?
Right, who knows? Who would have thought, right?
Perish the thought.
As stated by the judge, who was appointed by former President Joe Biden, color is neither a poison nor a crime. Her decision is a reprieve for more than 60,000 immigrants who were allowed to legally live and work in the United States under the Temporary Protected Status Program. Immigrants from Nepal who are enrolled in the program were set to lose their status August 5th. And TPS was set to expire for Honduras and Nicaragua in September. Thursday's decision postpones these deadlines until at least November 18th as the legal challenge continues. In her decision, Thompson listed a series of statements from Noem and the president amplifying the discriminatory belief that certain immigrant populations will replace the white population. By stereotyping the TPS program and immigrants as invaders that are criminal, and by highlighting the need for migration management, Secretary Noem's statements perpetrate the discriminatory belief in certain immigrant populations will replace the white population. Now, in several lawsuits, immigrants, advocacy groups, and TPS holders have argued that the Trump administration explicitly relied on false and discriminatory stereotypes, including the president's claim that foreign prisoners were emptying out jails to send criminals to the U.S., and that immigrants are poisoning the blood of the country to justify the end of the program. The freedom to live fearlessly, the opportunity of liberty, and the American dream, that is all plaintiffs seek, the Thompson wrote in her ruling. Instead, they are told to atone for their race, leave because their names, and purify their blood. The court disagrees. Restoring integrity to our immigration system to keep our homeland and its people safe. That is all we and the American people who elected President Trump in the landslide election seek. Assistant Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin said in a statement, TPS was never meant to be a de facto asylum system, yet that is how previous administrations have used it for decades. This is yet another example of how out of control judges are race baiting and to distract from the facts and the president's continuously vested powers. And you guys are complete idiots. Because when people are running from violence, they are running from the shit that is going on that we ran from, our forefathers ran from. They ran, and we came and we stole the land here. Killed the people here to build what is here now. We traveled hundreds of thousands of miles to go gather people to build this land, because we obviously did not build it ourselves, to sit here and have the caucasity to tell these other people that they have to leave because they are seeking asylum. The same asylum in which Trump's family was seeking and JD Vance's family was seeking, and I would probably say at least 100% of your ancestors, all of our ancestors have came from. My family did when Hitler was going through. My family was in Denmark and Scandinavia and all that stuff. And we came here when he was going through. So am I supposed to go home too? I mean, Norway is looking a little nicer than here anyways.
Message!
So, anyways, on to other things. Which is going to be...
Oh, I get a grin again and again.
Don't you though? I know I give him a grin and a grin.
Yeah.
Again and again.
I can just sit here and just let her smash. It's hilarious.
That's what she said. Okay. Killing of Javier Ambler. On March 28, 2019, Javier Ambler II died of heart failure while being arrested by police in Austin, Texas, after fleeing from deputies who sought to stop him for a traffic violation. Ambler was tased multiple times by authorities. Video of Ambler's death, recorded by police officers, was obtained and released by news organizations in June of 2020. During the arrest of Ambler, repeatedly stated, "I can't breathe," and "please save me," before dying. Ambler's death was recorded by a live PD television crew, and the recording has since been destroyed, according to A&E Networks. Now, on the 28th of March, sheriff's deputies tried to stop Ambler after they said he did not dim his SUV lights to oncoming traffic, which I seem to get that a lot all the time anyways, but nobody seems to get pulled over. Ambler continued driving, leading to a 22-minute chase. After the 22-minute police chase, several minor collisions, the chase ended when Ambler crashed into a tree on a North Austin street. Ambler was unarmed and exited his car with his hands raised. According to the police report, Deputy Jason James Johnson, JJJ, who was accompanied by a film crew of live PD, told Ambler to get down 5 or 6 times, then tased him. According to the police report, Ambler partially fell but tried to stand again and was then tased in the upper back by Deputy Zach Hamden. The report stated that Ambler further resisted and was tased again by Johnson. According to news organizations, deputies pinned Ambler down and tased him 3 or 4 times. Video evidence released in June 2020 shows that Ambler pleaded with officers that he could not breathe and suffered from congestive heart failure. During the arrest, Ambler said, "I am not resisting and I have congestive heart failure." He called out, "Please save me," before deputies Johnson and Camden tased him for a final time. Ambler became motionless and unresponsive after officers placed handcuffs on him. During the arrest, Deputy Johnson said, "Give me your hands or I'm going to tase you again." And Deputy Camden said, "I'm pretty sure I just broke his finger." Ambler's death was ruled a homicide caused by congestive heart failure and hypertensive cardiovascular disease in combination with excessive forcible restraint. According to CBS Austin's reporting, Ambler may have been en route to the hospital during the chase, quoting Ambler's former partner that per police, it was never a high-speed chase. It was just he couldn't stop in distress. This was not something he could have died for. He should have died for. So it is believed that this man was on his way to the hospital. If you reread it, according to CBS Austin's reporting, Ambler may have been en route to the hospital during the chase, quoting Ambler's former partner that per police, it was never a high-speed chase. It was just he couldn't stop in distress. This man should have never died. It always seems,
stories like that,
and then the thing is, too, on top of it,
it
is this dimming of the light bullshit is bullshit.
Stupid.
It's stupid all the time because nobody ever seems to dim their lights anyways, and we got those stupid new light bulbs that it seems like they have brights on all the time anyways.
Halogens.
Yeah, and halogen lights are ridiculous anyways. Them are just as bright as the bright lights.
I have very rarely
I'm straight.
A good reason for a lot of these people to lose their life. This is so rare that you actually hear a circumstance in which someone trained to de-escalate situations reacts in a way that shows that they were trained to de-escalate situations.
It's insane, isn't it?
And no one can act like the one guy, the retired Marine. I can't remember his name right now, but he was the guy that stopped the guy at the Walmart, and he didn't kill him.
No.
He didn't fire a shot.
Not a single one.
Not one shot was fired.
Nobody lost their lives
He
that
had
day.
his weapon. Mm-hmm. He had his weapon, and he was able to subdue
whole gun.
Whole gun. Whole gun.
People don't need to lose their lives, bro.
And this man had stabbed 11 people and lived at the hands of a black man who had a CCW.
Who could have easily shot and killed that man.
Shot that dude.
Because he cut up 11 people.
Away with it. But
no, he probably wouldn't have gotten away with it. You want to know what he probably would have gotten?
Murder.
Manslaughter. He would have gotten time.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't have gotten murder, I don't think, but he definitely would have gotten manslaughter, because if they would have went for murder, I believe it would have been an extreme uproar, especially when it comes to the people of Traverse City. Because at the end of the day,
they would have made speeches.
They would have made something.
Made T-shirts, and that man wouldn't have been here no more because they don't care about us. Hmm? The rules are lopsided. The game is fixed. Please, everybody out there, be careful.
And I'm not scared to talk about it.
Be careful, mind your surroundings, and remember what time it is.
Because as you can see, we're still right here talking about it. I'm still right here talking about it. I have no problem talking about it. I'm not scared to talk about it. I'm here with you.
It's chess, not checkers. And the 5 P's are in full effect.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance. All right, guys. Thanks again for coming out and showing up with us right here on Wicked Wednesday. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe and get notified. We had Donkey Butter today for the Smoke of the House of Dank. Make sure you go see them. I'll see y'all later on next time on Effing Fridays, y'all. Peaces.